Open your heart to Ukraine. Believe and pray.
So we're going to make this quick. And Ukraine is second largest physical country in Europe. It's a country with a population of over 40 million. And it's very important for us to get started by everybody really understanding the context and scale of the country. So we'll get started with Ukraine's amazing tech potential in numbers, presented by Roman Kyzyk. He's the director of US business development for Eleks, one of the leading outsourcing firms in Europe with over 900 people on staff, headquarters in Lvov, Ukraine, and satellite offices in London, Las Vegas, Massachusetts, and Montreal. Before Eleks, Roman worked in the financial and insurance sectors and spent 13 years in the Xerox sales organization. He served as the managing director of DFJ's Nexus Fund, which was specifically organized to globalize technology from Ukraine and other emerging European economies. And Roman holds a BA from Fordham University and a Wharton MBA. So please welcome Roman.
Вітаю. Очень приятно. Howdy. Ukraine is a technology destination, but not a new destination. It's been a technology destination for 30 years. So we're here today to discuss this. We're here today to celebrate it. Я вас вітаю, що ви тут всі прийшли. I am proud of you that you are here. I thank you for being here. And you are here for a reason. And you know why you're here. This is not a commercial conference, all right? This is a conference of the heart and the spirit. It's a volunteer effort. Hedge funds. So a couple years back, I had a venture capital fund, and we decided we wanted to crack the fintech market. And so what we did was we took 50 grand, we took a prima donna trader, we sat him down at the desk, and we said, do your thing. And what do? We put next to him a physicist and an applied mathematician. And they watched him do his work. And he's trading, he's doing his work, and what did they come up with? Our people said, I get it, I understand what this is. X-axis, Y-axis, 40 variables. This is weather forecasting optimization. And so begins development of algorithmic program trading. FinTech develops, things move forward. Ukraine has a legacy of technology. It goes back. The reason why you're in this room is because of your parents, either from Ukraine or growing up here. My name is Roman Kyzyk. I am an American of Ukrainian descent, and I've been involved in Ukrainian technology for 15 years. I am proud to be participating in this conference. The people that have the legacy that developed success in technology, you know the names. Max Levchin from PayPal, Jan Koum from Facebook. But we have a long legacy. IBM, there's a wall of fame at IBM. Orest Bedri, at 29 years old, was a Ukrainian technology leader. He was in charge of space flight facility and the Jet Propulsion Lab that did the first soft landing on the moon. He developed some of the original silicon wafer technology that was done. If you look up Pisanka, you know what a Pisanka is? Look up Pisanka. It is registered with the US Department of Standards, Orest Bedri, for safe silicon chip wafer development. Lyubomir Romankiw, enrolled in the National Inventors Hall of Fame, an inductee. Yuri Parashchak, sitting at the table here, 34-year veteran from IBM, brings IBM Scholars Program to Ukraine. What is an IBM Scholars Program? At Taras Shevchenko University, at Kharkiv University, you bring in the high-end IBM computer mainframe. They bring it into the school. Teach the professors. They develop a new generation of software programmers that do mainframe programming. Yuri, thank you. Raise your hand. If you don't have a chance to talk to Yuri, talk to him. Sasha Galitsky, Житомир, Школа 23, all right? Червона звізда. It wasn't enough that Orest Bedri decides to help the soft landing on the moon. Sasha Galitsky helps the space program in Russia. So Sasha, raise your hand if you haven't had a chance to meet Sasha. So let's talk about the numbers. What do we have here? This is information that we have culled out with the help of Zhenya Sisoyev and the team at A Ventures. Gartner Group, in the last 5 years, 2007 to 2012, has identified Ukraine as the top software destination in the world. So, what's the key message here? The key message is that within the next 5 years, IT and tech will be the number 2 to 3 export item for Ukraine. And most of this will go to the United States. It can, over the next 3 to 5 years, become the key export. So, what do we have? We have a situation that in the high-tech industry, today it's reached a value in US dollars of $4 to $5 billion in value in 2003. It now accounts for 3% of the total GDP. It employs over 100,000 engineers. By the year 2025, it could give the highest percentage contribution to GDP and become the #1 export item. We expect the number of engineers to grow to 200 to 250,000. The days of throwing people down coal mine shafts to work mineral resources or have to go to Siberia to cut lumber to make a living are over. We put people behind computer screens. Our kids know math. When you go to Kharkiv, you go to Donetsk, you go to Dnipropetrovsk, you go to Kyiv, you go to Lviv, you sit in a cab. You can talk to that cabbie about a quadratic equation, and he knows what the hell you're talking about. That's who we are. That's what we do. That's the important message. So, if you look at software exports to the United States, $2 billion in 2013. So this is a staggering 27% CAGR over the period of 2009 to 2013. Yulia? So it now accounts for 2% of all exports. Now, everyone knows about steel and agro and other goods from Ukraine. They're exported to many destinations. So what's the message here? Why are we in San Francisco? Why are we doing this in the United States? Ukrainian exports, tech exports, go mostly to the US. We estimate that the US share of Ukrainian IT is now approaching 68%, soon to exceed 70% exported tech from Ukraine to the US. How is this possible? Why does it happen? We have a literacy rate of 98% in Ukraine, approaching 98%, compared to 52% literacy in India. 16,000 new IT grads every single year. So, you got the message. We got the numbers. Let's make this work. There's people in this room that can write checks. There's people in this room that can be customers. But we got to work together. Tech is the future. Tech is the way out. Tech is geopolitically agnostic. We can be who we are and make our mark in the world. So, make the most of this conference. Meet the people. Make this day work for yourself. Make it work for your business. Make it work for Ukraine. Україна вас потребує. Україна вас любить. І я вас вітаю, що ви тут є. Дай нам Боже щастя. Слава Україні!